Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the American 180 mod, which is being released by user Nova Finch. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is the real-world American 180 submachine gun. Now this was a gun that was developed back in the 60s, making it a wonderful Cold War historic weapon, which I always do enjoy, but it also has previously appeared in the Fallout franchise as the silenced submachine gun in New Vegas, so I'm quite pleased to see it returning here to the Commonwealth, as it is just a fun weapon to play with. So let's jump on over here and have a look at what we do get with the American 180, which in its most basic and standard form will deal just 7 damage with a 22 long rifle round, with a firing rate of 200, range of 119, accuracy of 54, and a weight of 8.6. Not too shabby there. And as you can see, this thing is gorgeous. It certainly does look the part for this weapon, both the real world and the New Vegas version, and I quite like all the detailing on it. It looks pretty darn cool, and can be made to look a little bit better. This is the default standard 2K resolution download, but there is an optional 4K resolution one if you would like something a little bit nicer. Now the gun itself, as you can see from over here, has a lot of modifications, like a whole lot, including some I don't care for that make it look a little bit too modern for my personal aesthetic and liking, but it's got a lot of those cool sort of 60s design stuffs too, which I really do enjoy, and some really fun ways to change up the gun to make it very Fallout, and that is always magnificent. So you've got the whole range of things. You can pretty much find nearly whatever you're looking for here to make this gun what you want, and that is magnificent. Now, as for how you get your hands on one of these lovely things, well, it's not going to be too hard. It is fully integrated into the leveled loot list, and will be found on gunners, raiders, triggermen, and of course in stores. Now, you can also go to any chemistry station in the world, and not only can you make the gun in here for just some aluminum gears, screws, springs, and steel, surprisingly no wood, even though it does have some wood furniture on it, but you can also make the ammunition for this, both the 22 long rifle rounds here, as well as the short magnums that you can switch the gun up to get a little bit more oomph out of your bullets, which is pretty neat. So we do got some fun options there. So yeah, shouldn't be too hard for you to get your hands on this thing, either through loot, purchase, or production. Now let me actually grab these 2 modified ones I already made, because as with many gun mods, there are some modifications that will then add other modification categories, so we will actually go ahead and just, yes, make that one our gun that we have on hand, and then go and look at it, and start, of course, in the receiver category, where we've got a pretty decent list of things, and with fun, amusing, unique names, rather than the typical stuff, where we go from the lowest weathered receiver up to the highest Bureau Rapid Action, which, oh boy, really ups the firing rate on this thing, or the Military Trials one, which ups the damage. So we've got a lot of good things in here, and you can see that this, unlike a lot of weapon mods we've looked at, especially recently, there are a lot more requirements for different perks. So if this one, if you want with improved machining, you're going to need commando and gun nut. For sporting, you're going to need rifleman and gun nut, and there's a lot more perk requirements for other parts as well. So many guns we look at just always ever want gun nut, and that's it. This, you're going to need a lot more skills to get this gun where you want it. Now, next to the barrel category, we have the sort of standard one that it comes with, as well as a shorter carbine version, an even shorter snubbed version, an integrally suppressed one, which I really like, and an extended barrel here. Very, very extended, and again, requiring multiple different perks. And then in the grip category, it's really the smallest category in here, only having 2 options of either the standard grip, or we can go with a Fab Defense pistol grip here, which is pretty cool, but it'll help with the accuracy. Now then in the magazine category, we've got some fun things. The standard 165 round, a 275 round one that you'll need heavy gunner for, A short magnum round, which is when you're really starting to up the damage on these things with 220 rounds, so that's going to require commando. And the biggest magazine with 365, requiring, ha boy, lot of commando perk over here. 5 ranks in that and 3 in gun nut. It'll take you a bit, but it's worth it. My god, you just chew through ammo for ages there. We then have the iron sights, these just sight category, where we have either the iron sights here, a number of reflex sights. We then get into some more interesting holographic sights, assault optics, and other various tech scopes in here. Again, all requiring a variety of different perk requirements, which is pretty neat. Just again, a lot of cool different things in here to really help you get what you're looking for. Now then, after that, we have the muzzle category, where we've got a steel counterweight, a number of other compensators, muzzle brakes here, and then moving on down to even more, and then finally some additional suppressors. And of course, this category you're not going to have if you did choose the integrally suppressed barrel, but any of the normal barrels, you should have all these things. And yeah, you've just got a lot of fun options here with a lot of different good looks, and of course, ones doing a little bit different on the stats for things, which is always neat. And then after that, we have the stock category, where we've got a remove stock, a fixed stock, a couple of wire stocks here, and then we start moving into some more modern ones. Well, I guess this one's a Kalashnikov skeletal stock, so that's not too modern. But then we've got things like a buffer tube, ultralight stock, carbine stocks, SOP mod, and a marksman stock here. So a little bit more modern for my liking, but still a lot of good options here for you to change that up. We then have the paint category, where we have a lot of fun things. We either have the normal wooden furniture and worn paint scheme here, but you can also go with polymer, clean versions of those, same with the polymer, and then woodland spray, forest green, marshland, hunter, jungle explorer, desert fox, tiger stripe, art deco, snakebite, and Operation Anchorage, which I think is my favorite of them. It's a very, very nice one. I do very much enjoy that. Then, after the paint, we do have a handguard up here, where we either got the standard handguard, an old school vertical grip, which I think is my favorite, and then we get to the more modern-y tactical things, like this tactical handguard, and finally, this very almost sci-fi looking foregrip thing, which is kind of neat. Again, a bit too modern for my liking, but also kind of neat looking. It's not too bad. And then we have the ammo type category, which is where you get to some really fun stuff in here. Oh boy, some really fun stuff. So there's just frankly too many to go over individually, because as you can see, I just keep scrolling, and there's lots and lots of stuff. But we've got everything from, just changing up the damage amounts of things, to adding multipliers for things like criticals, to my personal favorite here, the incendiary, which is going to light stuff on fire, which is just, fun, and just all sorts of cool things in here, including micro explosive. But yeah, again, you're gonna need a lot of different perks in here with this thing, which is just great. So a lot of fun ways to change up the damage of how this gun functions. And then finally, we have the ability on any of the holo sights to change up the reticule style. The default one's just a dot, and then we have, 8 others in here of differing just styles for, again, your personal liking. So let us head on out and take a look at how this thing functions, because dear God, that was a lot of mods. But again, that's why one of the reasons I love this gun so much. It just has so many things. And let's start with our default gun here and take some shots. And there we go, a full 165 rounds in this drum magazine. It is just amazing. And surprisingly, not a huge amount of kick. I mean, of course, our gun is going way the crap up in the sky because there are just so many bullets to shoot. But honestly, it's very controllable. Each individual shot is pretty low, so you can keep this thing on target very nicely, especially while aiming down sight. It's a very, very nice and controllable gun. Now, I think my personal favorite thing about the weapon, though, is that you'll probably noticed it with the animation. Each shot makes the drum move a little bit, because those types of drum magazines do actually have like a winding element to it. That's how it feeds all the ammo. So as you shoot, it is spinning, and once you do run out of bullets, it, you know, stops. It keeps spinning a little bit faster as you knock the thing off to reload. It's just very cool. I really, really do love that animation. Now, let's take a look at our other two versions. We've got a just sort of normally upgraded one here. Went with the interrelease suppressed barrel, and none of the too crazy of ammunition. Just getting it up to 11 for the damage number, which isn't too bad. I think this is the Type 6 reticule on here. Maybe the 5, I don't remember, but just like a little partial crossbar there. And gotta love the suppressed sound. It's a very good sound there, very nice indeed, and just a fun weapon to shoot. And I do like, once you do have some more interesting paint jobs on there, you can really see how that drum magazine moves a lot better. It's very amusing. I do really like that. And let's go to my favorite one that I made with the incendiary rounds. Oh my god, it's just magnificent. And again, I love that Operation Anchorage paint scheme there. Very fun indeed. And when you fire it, oh boy, it's a bit of a mess. It basically looks like a flamethrower. And with over 300 rounds, you can just burn everything to a cinder. And that is wonderful. Oh boy, I actually hadn't noticed on that before. The spin of the drum magazine stopped once we reached around 100 bullets left or so. Interesting. So there might be a little bit of a glitch with that particular animation with just this massive of a magazine, which, my god, I'm gonna need to make some more bullets here real quick for us to kill the Deathclaw, perhaps. So let's go with that. And of course, get ourselves out a Deathclaw to kill. Let's go back to this version. That should work. We'll do that before we decide to light it on fire. And pop in a Deathclaw and run away! And return and hopefully kill. Each shot, not a whole lot of damage individually, but with all the ammunition that we do have on hand, we can just kind of keep on firing for a while. My god, that actually really isn't doing a lot of damage. Again, though, I'm probably missing most of my shots, because it is me. Alright, well, let's switch over to my favorite one and just light this thing on fire. Come back, Deathclaw, I have a thing for you. Oh my god, look at it die. I hadn't killed a Deathclaw with it yet. I've killed a couple of raiders and whatnot while testing with this, and yeah, they've melted pretty quick too, but that was impressively quick. In fact, let's get another Deathclaw. Hi, friend! Oh my god, he's just melting. It's beautiful. Oh, that is even better than I thought it was. It's just such a weird way for this gun to exist with all this fire and flame, but it's entertaining. So if you'd like to take a look at this mod for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that, my friends, is going to be it for this episode today. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed, and you come back for the next one. Well, hopefully we'll be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching. As always, we'll have a good one.